Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll demonstrate an easy 2-row repeat crochet pattern for you. The clean lines and texture are perfect for blankets, pillows, and more. The pattern is similar to one that I shared with you a couple of years ago, and I'll link that in the description box. For this pattern, we alternate rows of herringbone half double crochet stitches with slip stitches. You can find a variety of written patterns in my Etsy and Ravelry shops, which are also linked in the description. I'd love it if you click the subscribe, like, and share buttons to support my channel. Now let's have some fun crocheting. I used a medium 4-weight yarn and 2 sizes of crochet hook for this project, a 4.5 millimeter for the half double crochet rows and a 6 millimeter for the slip stitch rows. The slip stitch creates the interesting lines and texture, so it's important to work the stitches loosely and keep them a consistent size. So using a larger hook is a good option, but you can use one hook size for the entire pattern if you prefer. I highly recommend using a stitch marker in the first and last stitches of each row. This will help you to determine where to insert your hook, keep your stitch count accurate, and the edges perfectly straight. Start with a slip knot and chain any number loosely or use the larger crochet hook. If you want the lines of the pattern to go vertically, make a chain equal to the height of your project. If you want the lines to go horizontally, make a chain equal to the width of your project. The first row is worked in the back bumps of the chain. Turn the chain upside down. You can see the bumps raised in the back. This is where you'll insert the hook. Starting in the second chain from the hook, yarn over, insert the hook into the chain. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. Hold on to the first loop and pull it through the second loop. You'll have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook to complete the stitch. That's a herringbone half double crochet. We'll do that again. Yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. Hold on to the first loop, pull it through the second. You'll have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the 2 loops to complete the stitch. Place a stitch marker in the first stitch. Continue with the herringbone half double crochet across the row. I'm at the last 2 chains, so I'll work the last 2 herringbone half double crochets. The stitches should be slanted to the left, which creates the herringbone look. And because we worked into the back bumps of the chain, we have a nice finished edge that will match the last row. For the second row, I'll switch to my larger hook. Turn the work. This is a slip stitch row. You do not chain one, you go right into the first stitch. Insert the hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull it through the stitch and through the loop on the hook to complete the slip stitch. Continue with the slip stitch in every stitch across the row. To get the best result, make sure that you're stitching loosely and that your stitches are the same size. Remove the stitch marker and slip stitch in the last stitch. This is what your work should look like after the second row. I'm going to temporarily place the stitch marker in the last slip stitch. Before starting the next row, I want to show you where to insert the hook. Turn the work over. Because I placed the stitch marker in the slip stitch, that's now facing to the back. We see the two top loops of the herringbone half double crochet stitch from the first row. We'll be inserting our hook under those two top loops. We do not insert the hook into any of the slip stitches which are facing the back. You actually have to tilt the work toward you a bit to be able to see the slip stitches. It's important to insert your hook into the herringbone half double crochet stitch rather than the slip stitch to make the pattern work. Before starting the next row, switch back to the smaller hook. Chain one and turn the work. We'll work a herringbone half double crochet in the first herringbone half double crochet from the first row. Yarn over, insert the hook under both top loops. Yarn over, pull up a loop. I like to pull up on the loop to make the first stitch a little taller because it tends to sink down a little bit. Hold on to the first loop and pull it through the second. Again, I like to pull up on the loop a little bit just to make the stitch a little taller. Yarn over and pull through both loops to complete the stitch. Place a stitch marker under the two top loops. Continue with the herringbone half double crochet in every stitch across the row. I'm at the last stitch. You can see that I put the stitch marker under the 2 top loops of the slip stitch from the previous row. Make sure that you do not stitch into the slip stitch. Instead, you'll need to find the 2 top loops of the last herringbone half double crochet stitch from 2 rows down. The back loop of the slip stitch from the previous row tends to stick up a little bit more. Make sure that you're not stitching into it. I like to just fold it down so that it's out of the way. Here's a look at what we have so far. And if you turn the work over, you can see the raised line that's created by the slip stitch being pushed forward. To start the next row, go back to the larger hook. Turn the work. Work a slip stitch in the first stitch and every stitch across. Remember to keep your stitches as consistent in size as possible. Here's another option for placing the stitch marker. Instead of putting it under the 2 top loops of the first slip stitch, I like to turn the work over and find the 2 top loops of the herringbone half double crochet. That's where I place the stitch marker. This just makes it a little quicker and easier to find the stitch when you're working the next row. After working the last stitch, switch back to the smaller crochet hook. Chain 1 and turn the work. Find the 2 top loops of that first herringbone half double crochet from 2 rows down. Work a herringbone half double crochet under the 2 top loops of the first herringbone half double crochet 2 rows down. You may need to pull up on the loop to make that first stitch a little taller so that it's consistent with the other stitches in the row. Continue with the herringbone half double crochet in every stitch across the row. I'm at the last stitch, and because I placed the stitch marker in the herringbone half double crochet rather than the slip stitch, I know exactly where to insert the hook. Finding the two top loops of the herringbone half double crochet is probably the most difficult part of this stitch, and if you don't place your hook under the correct loops, it's going to throw off the whole pattern and probably your stitch count. Switch back to the larger hook and turn the work. Work a slip stitch in every stitch across. You'll repeat rows 2 and 3 until you reach the size that you want. To place the stitch marker, I turn the work over and find the two top loops of the herringbone half double crochet and place my stitch marker under those two top loops rather than the slip stitch. Here's a look at what I've got after completing several rows. You can see the beautiful lines and texture created by the slip stitch row. If worked correctly, you should have nice, straight edges along the sides. Here's a look at the back side or wrong side of the work, which also has a very nice look from the herringbone stitch. This is an easy pattern that can be used to create a lot of different projects, so have some fun with it. If you found this tutorial helpful, please subscribe, like, and share to support the channel.